Ladies and gentlemen, today we're uncovering top 4 of the most mysterious and potentially most valuable small coins in Australia's numismatic history. First up, the 1968 Elizabeth II 5-cent coin, with no mint mark. It's a coin so overlooked in daily life, yet now it's attracting passionate collectors and high-end buyers who are willing to pay big for the right specimen. This is not just a simple 5-cent piece. This is a slice of history, a symbol of legacy, and for some, a hidden treasure worth discovering. The year was 1968, and Australia was still transitioning its coinage after introducing decimal currency only 2 years earlier in 1966. The 5-cent coin, featuring Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse and the beloved echidna on the reverse, had become a common part of Australian life. But what many didn't know was that certain years and batches would later become symbols of rarity, and that includes this 1968 version. Unlike coins from other years, the 1968 5-cent piece was struck in relatively low numbers. Only around 82 million were minted, which might sound like a lot. But here's where the story takes a twist. Finding one in pristine condition, untouched by time, and struck perfectly is a challenge. And among these coins, the absence of a mint mark, a tiny symbol usually identifying where the coin was produced, adds an extra layer of intrigue. The lack of a mint mark indicates that the coin was minted in Canberra, yet many collectors find this detail makes it far more desirable and mysterious. Why is this coin valuable? Because it marks a transitional era in Australia's economy, when new decimal coins were still gaining acceptance. The 1968 5-cent coin reflects the careful planning of a modern currency system, combined with traditional British influences. But most importantly, as the years passed, collectors began realizing how few high-quality 1968 coins had survived the test of circulation. Over time, demand for this specific coin grew. Coin collectors across Australia and internationally began paying close attention to minor variations, sharper strikes, cleaner fields, and even misalignments. Some rare varieties and error coins from this year can skyrocket in value. And yes, some private auctions have seen pristine, uncirculated examples sell for hundreds, and even up to $12,000 depending on condition, provenance, and demand. It's not just about rarity, it's about history preserved in metal. This coin represents the unwavering presence of Queen Elizabeth II on Australian currency for decades. The design of her youthful portrait on the obverse remains a symbol of Commonwealth tradition, while the reverse, the spiny echidna, celebrates Australia's unique and wild natural identity. Now, here's a secret only true collectors know. If you're lucky enough to find a 1968 5-cent coin in mint state or proof condition, especially with deep mirror-like surfaces and strong edges, that coin could be one of the finest known examples. And serious buyers and auction houses are always watching for coins that stand out from the rest. It's the difference between a $5,000 curiosity and a $14,000 collectible. And don't forget the global appeal. As Queen Elizabeth's coinage becomes part of a closed chapter in world history, international collectors, especially from the UK, Canada, and New Zealand, are starting to hunt down rare Elizabeth coins from all corners of the Commonwealth. That means your humble 1968 5-cent coin might just find itself in a bidding war among collectors halfway around the world. Many people think value is only found in gold or silver. But numismatists know that value comes from rarity, story, and demand, and this coin has all three. It's a coin that survived a generation of pockets, drawers, and piggy banks. And now, it has the potential to change hands for a small fortune. So the next time you're sorting through your old change jar or coin collection, keep your eyes wide open. That little 5-cent coin from 1968, hiding quietly among newer coins, could be your ticket to an exciting payday. And remember, always check the condition, because when it comes to coin collecting, condition is king. To maximize your chances, get it appraised by a certified coin dealer or graded professionally. A graded coin in mint state, slabbed and certified, can multiply in value dramatically. Collectors are always willing to pay a premium for coins they can trust, especially those backed by a third-party grading authority. And ladies and gentlemen, let me leave you with this final thought. Rare treasures don't always glitter. Sometimes they're small, silver-colored, and bear the face of a queen. The 1968 Australia Elizabeth 5-cent coin with no mint mark is one such hidden gem, and if you have one, you might just be holding on to a miniature masterpiece worth far more than its face value. Next up, the 1973 Elizabeth II 5-cent coin with no mint mark. At first glance, it may seem like just another small coin in your pocket, but when we uncover the history, rarity, and rising collector demand, you'll see why this piece is making serious waves in the coin collecting world. In 1973, Australia was a decade into its decimal currency system. The 5-cent coin, introduced in 1966 to replace the old sixpence, had become a daily part of commerce across the nation. That year, over 45 million 5-cent coins were minted, a moderate number, but what makes the 1973 version special isn't just the quantity. It's the survival rate, the condition of surviving coins, and the growing global collector demand for Queen Elizabeth II-era coins that is giving this coin a new reputation today. The 1973 5-cent coin was struck without a mint mark, just like most circulating Australian coins from that period. It was produced at the Royal Australian Mint in Canberra. While a lack of a mint mark might seem ordinary, for collectors, it defines its origin and sets the foundation for how these coins are graded, valued, and appraised. The fact that there are no branch mint varieties or alternate versions actually helps build a cleaner rarity model for this specific coin. Now, what makes the 1973 issue more attractive to collectors in 2025 is its scarcity in top condition. Circulated examples are common, yes, but coins in uncirculated or proof-like condition are exceptionally hard to find. Coins that have survived over 50 years without significant wear are now gaining premium value, and with the world increasingly fascinated by Queen Elizabeth's coinage era following her passing, this 1973 coin is part of a wave of growing interest. In recent years, serious collectors have been chasing high-grade versions of this coin, especially those graded MS65 and above. These top-condition coins are rare and carry a sharp premium. A coin like this, if it's pristine with excellent luster and no signs of handling, can sell for anywhere from $2,000 to $6,000 Australian dollars, depending on eye appeal and grading. What gives this coin true future potential is not just current market trends, it's the story it carries. The obverse shows the 1966 portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by Arnold Machin, a design iconic across many Commonwealth countries. This image of the young queen remained unchanged for years and has become a nostalgic emblem of an era. The reverse, featuring the Australian echidna, remains one of the most creative and detailed depictions of national wildlife on a small coin anywhere in the world. With Queen Elizabeth II's portrait now being phased out on coins across the Commonwealth, collectors from Canada, the UK, and beyond are turning their attention to rare and early decimal coins that feature her likeness. The 1973 5-cent coin is particularly attractive because it's both affordable for entry-level collectors and valuable in high grades for experienced investors. That's a combination that promises long-term growth. Another reason this coin is gaining importance is that 1973 was a historically rich year for Australia. From diplomatic relations expanding to key shifts in the political landscape, coins from this year hold historical relevance that enhances their narrative. Every serious collection, especially those focused on Queen Elizabeth's reign or 20th century Australia, benefits from the inclusion of this coin. In today's coin shows and online auctions, you'll often see keen bidding on 1973 5-cent coins in near mint or mint state grades. Coins certified by top grading authorities like PCGS or NGC are achieving record prices, and demand continues to rise. With inflation pushing up tangible asset prices and coin collecting becoming more global than ever, even modest denominations like this are getting their time in the spotlight. Some investors are even beginning to stockpile high-grade examples of the 1973 5-cent coin, betting on a future where demand outstrips the limited supply of pristine specimens. And with Australia's younger generation taking more interest in numismatics through social media and digital collectibles, old coins like this are becoming trendy once again. So, how high can the value of this coin go? At the current trend, top-grade examples could realistically touch up to $10,000 in future auctions, especially if tied to historical events, proof errors, or ultra-low population reports. As the number of untouched examples drops over time, each remaining gem becomes more and more valuable. Now is the perfect time to search through your old collections, drawers, or inherited coin boxes. You might have this little gem tucked away unknowingly. Get it evaluated, and if it shines under a magnifier, no scratches, strong detail, and that brilliant minty glow, you could be sitting on a quiet fortune. This isn't just about money. It's about holding a living piece of Australia's history, struck in metal, passed through generations, and now becoming part of something bigger. It's about telling a story of a nation, a queen, a design, and a rare survivor of time. So, ladies and gentlemen, the 1973 Elizabeth 5-cent coin is more than just currency. It's a collector's prize, a potential future investment, and a historic piece that continues to rise in value and meaning. If you have one, take care of it. If you don't, start looking, because the value of this coin is not just in its price tag today, but in the legacy it carries and the rewards it may bring tomorrow. Next up, the 1975 Elizabeth II 5-cent coin with no mint mark. Though small in size, this coin holds immense historical weight, collector demand, and the potential for serious monetary value in the years to come. The 1975 5-cent coin was born in a decade of transformation for Australia. The nation had firmly embraced the decimal currency system by this time, replacing the pounds, shillings, and pence with dollars and cents. By 1975, Australians were growing familiar with the 5-cent piece, a silver-colored, copper-nickel coin featuring a young Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse and the native echidna on the reverse. But what most people didn't realize then, and what many are just beginning to understand now, is that this ordinary-looking coin may not be ordinary at all. This coin was minted at the Royal Australian Mint in Canberra, and like many of the coins from that era, it was struck without a mint mark. But what makes it rare and valuable isn't just the minting location, it's the quality, the preservation, and the growing recognition among collectors that the 1975 edition represents a vital snapshot in Australia's coin history. Though over 81 million coins were minted that year, finding one in uncirculated or near-perfect condition today is increasingly rare. As the years pass, time leaves its mark on all things, and coins are no exception. Most 1975 5-cent coins that remain today are scratched, worn, or heavily circulated. But a coin that has managed to survive nearly 5 decades in pristine condition becomes a collector's dream. Such coins, when professionally graded and encapsulated, are commanding prices of up to $4,000 or even $7,000 Australian dollars at private auctions and collector events. The current market shows rising interest in Australian decimal-era coins, especially those minted during Queen Elizabeth II's reign. Following her passing, there's been a sharp increase in demand for coins bearing her image. Collectors from across Australia, as well as countries like the United Kingdom, New Zealand, and Canada, are now seeking coins from her early to mid-reign to complete their Commonwealth collections. And yes, the 1975 5-cent coin is very much on their radar. Many collectors today are scouring coin shows, eBay listings, and estate auctions in search of the perfect 1975 5-cent coin. It's not just about owning a coin, it's about owning a piece of history that marked a period of economic stability and cultural evolution. Coins like these have become more than currency, they are artifacts that tell the story of Australia's modern identity. The coin itself is simple yet elegant. The obverse features Queen Elizabeth II in the portrait designed by Arnold Machin, a familiar image that appeared on coins for decades. The reverse displays the spiny echidna, one of Australia's most distinctive creatures, curled into a defensive ball of spikes. This design, created by Stuart Devlin, continues to be admired for its detail and national symbolism. The potential future value of the 1975 5-cent coin remains strong. Experts believe that as the population of high-grade coins dwindles, values will rise steadily. Today, the coin may fetch a few $100s in perfect condition, but within the next decade, collectors estimate that rare specimens could cross the $10,000 Australian dollar mark, especially if demand continues to grow and supply tightens further. It is also important to consider what makes coins like this valuable beyond their metal content. Collectability, emotional connection, historical significance, and scarcity in top-grade condition are all factors that drive up value. The 1975 coin is valuable because it meets all these criteria. It reflects a time, a monarch, a place, and a generation that shaped modern Australia. When it comes to how many people are interested in buying this coin, the answer is clear. The number is rising. Auction sites, collector forums, and coin grading services have reported a noticeable uptick in demand for 1970s decimal coins. The 1975 edition, once overlooked, is now being recognized as a key date to complete sets and build long-term collections. Some collectors are already building investment portfolios based on coins like this one. They see the 1975 5-cent coin as not just a collector's item, but a tangible, appreciating asset. With financial markets becoming more volatile, hard assets like rare coins are gaining favor for their stability and lasting value. For some, this coin is more than a hobby, it's a future-proof investment. Imagine discovering one in your old change jar or family collection. It could be like finding a lottery ticket you didn't know you had. But don't just leave it sitting around. If you suspect your coin is in good shape, have it professionally graded. Coins that receive high marks from grading companies can double or triple in market value almost instantly. So, if you're watching this and wondering whether your 1975 5-cent coin could be valuable, the answer is yes. It already holds real value, and in the future, it may hold even more. Don't dismiss it. Appreciate it, protect it, and consider it part of a growing world of numismatic treasures that are finally getting the spotlight they deserve. Ladies and gentlemen, the 1975 Elizabeth II 5-cent coin is a hidden gem that's beginning to shine brighter with every passing year. Its story, its condition, and its connection to a monumental era make it far more valuable than its face value. If you have one, treasure it. If you find one, hold on tight. And if you're collecting, don't let this opportunity pass you by. Next up, the 1980 Australia Elizabeth II 5-cent coin with no mint mark, a piece of metal that may seem ordinary to most, but to the educated eye, it could be a valuable asset with an exciting future. In 1980, Australia was undergoing a unique phase in its economic and social development. The country had fully adjusted to decimal currency, which had been introduced in 1966. The 5-cent coin, originally designed to replace the old sixpence, had become a familiar presence in the hands of every Australian. That year, millions of coins were produced, over 67 million to be more exact, and yet, not all of them were destined to survive time in a condition fit for collectors. What sets the 1985-cent coin apart is not just the volume that was minted, but the rarity of those that have endured in near-perfect condition. The coin itself carries the youthful portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse, designed by Arnold Machin, and on the reverse, the distinct and detailed echidna by Stuart Devlin, a creature symbolizing Australia's diverse wildlife. These designs are not just artistic choices, they represent continuity, heritage, and national pride. Although this coin bears no mint mark, which means it was minted at the Royal Australian Mint in Canberra, its appeal lies in how pristine examples are becoming increasingly difficult to find. Over 4 decades of circulation have taken their toll, and most examples found today are scratched, worn, or dulled by time. That's exactly what makes the few high-grade specimens so desirable and valuable. Today, serious collectors from around the world are actively seeking out the 1985-cent coin in mint state condition. In online marketplaces, certified examples graded MS-65 or higher have seen sales ranging from $2,500 to $6,000 Australian dollars. That might sound surprising for such a small coin, but it makes perfect sense when you consider the demand from collectors who want to complete date sets or focus on specific portraits of the late Queen Elizabeth II. And let's not overlook the global demand. After the passing of Queen Elizabeth II, coins bearing her image have seen a massive surge in international interest. Collectors from the United Kingdom, Canada, and even the United States are building full-era collections, and Australian coins like the 1985 cent have become sought-after components in these global portfolios. The demand is real, and it's growing. Right now, thousands of collectors are combing through bulk coin lots, attending auctions, and searching estate sales for overlooked 5-cent coins from this exact year. And among those enthusiasts, there is a sharp awareness of how the market is shifting. Coins once dismissed as common are now being re-evaluated based on condition, rarity, and historical context. The 1980 issue is no exception. In fact, auction records and collector forums are filled with stories of individuals who stumbled upon high-grade 1985-cent coins in old drawers, family collections, or inherited coin jars. With professional grading and careful handling, those coins turned into profitable collectibles. It's a clear reminder that treasure doesn't always sparkle. Sometimes it's nickel-plated and fits in the palm of your hand. From a historical standpoint, the 1980s marked a shift in how Australians viewed their currency. It was a time of modernization, but also a time of reflection. Coins like the 1985 cent are quiet symbols of that era, carrying with them the everyday stories of a nation growing into its identity. That's one of the key reasons this coin is not just valuable now, but has potential to appreciate even more in the years to come. As inflation increases and the world shifts toward digital payments, physical coins, especially older ones, are becoming obsolete in circulation but increasingly precious to collectors. The 1985 cent coin, as part of this disappearing history, gains both emotional and monetary value. This isn't just about metal. It's about meaning, memory, and a sense of legacy. Even more exciting is the long-term forecast. With the scarcity of mint state coins from 1980 increasing each year, the projected value could rise well above $10,000 Australian dollars for top-tier examples. Coins that combine beauty, condition, and historical placement are always prime candidates for explosive future value. This coin checks all the boxes. Let's not forget the role of third-party grading services in enhancing value. Coins that have been professionally graded, encapsulated, and authenticated attract stronger offers and more competitive bidding. So if you believe you've got a 1985 cent coin in high quality, getting it graded could dramatically increase its market price. The market interest is so strong now that even dealers are actively buying this coin in bulk, sorting through them to extract the best examples, and flipping them for profit to eager buyers. This tells us one thing: many people want to buy this coin, and demand continues to outpace supply, especially for high-quality examples. And it's not just experienced collectors who are involved. New collectors, inspired by social media and numismatic YouTube channels like this one, are jumping into the hobby and focusing on smaller coins with big stories. The 1985 cent coin fits perfectly into this new wave of collecting. It's accessible, rich in heritage, and offers an opportunity for real profit. Imagine this: you're sorting through an old box of coins, and there it is, a clean, bright 1985 cent coin that you'd normally overlook. But now, with the knowledge you've gained, you recognize it for what it truly is: a possible key to unlocking hidden value and becoming part of an exciting collector's market. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you have a 1985 cent coin in your possession, don't ignore it. Check its condition, store it safely, and if it shows signs of mint brilliance, have it evaluated. Because you might just be holding on to a coin that could become one of the standout performers in the Australian Decimal Series. Thank you for watching, and if you found this video valuable, make sure to subscribe, leave a comment, and share it with fellow collectors. Let us know if you've got a 1980 Elizabeth 5-cent coin in your collection. You could be holding a quiet little masterpiece that's finally ready to make some serious noise in the world of rare coins.